Hey everyone, Sandy, the Badass Business Coach here, and I just want to say welcome to another episode of No More Excuses, the podcast where I break down barriers that are holding you back and help you achieve your goals one step at a time. Yes, thank you for being here. Thanks for sharing the podcast with others and for investing in you. So, wherever you're listening from, whether you're in your car or out walking or riding a bike or I don't know, in an airplane or just sitting at your desk, sitting outside. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And I'd love to hear from you. So please email me or comment wherever you're hearing this or watching this and let me know where you are in the world. I love it. Thank you again. So today, let's dive into a crucial topic for anyone's success. It's the mental toughness. Yes. What does mental toughness mean? Why is it so important? And most importantly, how can you cultivate it? How can you find it and keep it? So by the end of this episode, you'll have actionable steps to build your mental toughness and face any challenge head on. All right. So let's start with understanding mental toughness. What is it? What's the ability to persevere through difficult circumstances? I was going to say conversations because I have a lot of those, but circumstances, conversations, to stay focused and determined even when things get tough. It's about resilience, grit, and the capacity to maintain a positive mindset in spite of any setbacks. Let's start by busting a myth. The mental toughness is not about being stoic or unemotional. It's about managing your emotions, staying calm under pressure, and bouncing back after from adversity. Yes, it's not hard, or it is hard. I'm sorry, it is hard to stay calm, under pressure. It's so easy to let those emotions get the best of us instead of pausing and thinking. So here's a quick exercise to get you thinking. Reflect on a time when you faced a significant challenge. How'd you respond? Did you push through? Did you find yourself giving up? Understanding your current level of mental toughness is the first step to building more of it. Like my love of the book Atomic Habits, which to me is the science behind the habits, let's now discuss the science behind mental toughness. Because it isn't just a vague concept. There's real science behind it. Research shows that mental toughness is linked to several psychological traits: confidence, believing in your ability to succeed. I wish everyone had confidence. I wish I had 100% confidence. I mean, people say your confidence is so amazing, and it's like it depends on what I'm doing, right? And focus. So number 2 is focus. I can fiddle fart away the time just like the best of them, but focus, being able to maintain concentration in and resisting any distractions. All right. That's not easy either. Commitment, staying dedicated to your goals. How badly do you want what you want? Right. And number 4, control, feeling in control of your emotions and your environment. And I talk about environment a lot. It's the people and things in your life, not just your books and shelves and couches and furniture, right? The people and whoever is around you is part of your environment, right? So you have to think about that as well. So if you have someone in your life who's not as supportive of you and your goals, that can affect your emotions and that can affect the control. So the traits are confidence, focus, commitment, and control. A study by Dr. Peter Clow and his colleagues identified these components and developed the mental toughness questionnaire to measure them. Understanding these traits can help you work on specific areas to improve your mental resilience. Wouldn't that be great? Now let's dig in to some of those strategies to help you build mental toughness. And set clear goals is the number 1. I know, you're like, really, Sandy? Yes, it's not just my, it's my saying. It's from the survey, right? These are proven strategies to set clear goals. Having clear, achievable goals gives you a sense of direction and purpose. Break your goals into smaller, manageable tasks and track your progress. And I talked a lot about this in the previous podcast because it's June, right? And we have to be able to look at where we've come, how far we've come, where we're going, and are we on the right track, right? Number 2, embrace challenges. We're always going to have challenges. We can't have good without bad, right? We can't have light without dark. So we're going to have challenges, but it's how you react to them. Instead of trying to avoid any difficult situations, seek them out. I'm not talking about going to pick a fight. I'm talking about challenges that are opportunities for growth. All right. So look at when I was in Indy and had my typical path to run, I would look for the challenge. I would actually go and plan sometimes to go up this, what I thought was a big ass hill before it moved to Dana Point, California, right? And I would challenge myself to push through that. Sometimes, especially at first, I had to walk up it. And then I was running up it and taking a little break and then coming back down. And then next thing I know, I'm running up, running down, and I'm finishing that 5-mile route. And it was not easy. So that kind of challenge, but you can find a challenge to help you learn and grow mentally as well, right? Read a book that you've always wanted to read, but you thought was too big. Take a course, right? It's not always about, a challenge is putting up a fight with something or taking on the I don't know, another company or the government, right? You got to look at challenges as a way to grow. When you face a tough situation, remind yourself that this is a chance to build your mental strength, right? Practice self-discipline. Mental toughness often comes down to self-discipline. Create routines that build good habits and stick to them even if you don't feel like it. I just talked to my neighbor about that. Get up and do it. Just get up and do it. No more excuses. That's why you're here listening. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment, right? All right, number 4, develop a positive mindset. We're not always going to be happy, joy. Let's all be happy and get along, but you can be optimistic and have a positive outlook. Practice gratitude, affirmations, visualize your success. Positive thinking can enhance your resilience and ability to cope with stress. If you think about, I'm never going to be able to run up that hill, or I'm not good enough to be a successful business owner, or I'm never going to finish this course, then you're not, right? Now, you can also get a little crazy with the affirmations and the vision boards, and I have all of that. But sometimes you got to have a balance of that, and you got to have good alignment between your personal and professional life, right? So develop a positive mindset. So, and I will tell you, I get into my funks. We all do, but figure out how you can get out of your funk. Figure out what will help you, until I can get back running again or finding an alternative form of exercise where I can mentally escape. Then, those funks come a little more often. I can't let the creative ideas roll. A lot of times I would think about a client's challenge on a run, and I would end up stopping and emailing myself things I'd thought about. Because it just, you've got to, even if you're trying to figure out your own challenge, work through something, is sometimes you just need to step away from it. I mean, it's like thinking about having a computer acting up. I had a friend the other day texting me while her computer was being a fool, right? And then guess what? She had some dinner, she came back, got on it, got everything done she needed to. Sometimes you just are fighting it instead of working through it, right? So number 5, learn from failure. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the journey. Again, it's what I was talking about, learning and facing those challenges and learning. When you fail, analyze what's wrong, learn from it, move on. Each failure is a stepping stone to success. And we're never going to get there without trying, right? Manage stress. Number 6, develop techniques to manage stress effectively. This could be through mindfulness, meditation, exercise, like I talked about, hobbies, painting, photography, reading, sitting and staring at the ocean, sitting and staring at a wall. I mean, whatever it is, maybe you binge on Netflix, something to get your mind off of whatever challenge or stress you have going on. Stress management is crucial for maintaining focus and control under pressure. I talk with all my clients about what are they going to do for them. And whether it's massage, manicure, pedicure, hair, golf, I don't know, go ride a bike. A lot of it doesn't matter if it's men or women. They all have to manage their stress, right? So there you go. So I hope those tips helped. And I want to share some real life examples. A couple of these are some people you'll know, but sometimes it's so hard to connect with someone and understand how they worked through challenges, how they worked through mental toughness. So we all know Michael Jordan, and many of us know that, well, he's arguably the greatest basketball player of all time. And he was known for his mental toughness. And many of us know that he was cut from his high school basketball team. Yes, cut at high school. But instead of giving up, he used it as motivation to work harder. His relentless determination and focus led him to become an NBA legend. Mental toughness. Harry Potter's author, J.K. Rowling. Many of you, if you're a Harry Potter fan or you've just heard, I mean, she was on the brink of like, that's it, homelessness. What am I going to do, right? Before she found success with Harry Potter, she faced numerous rejections from publishers. She was a single mother. She was living on welfare. And like I said, she was about to just be homeless and not have anywhere else to go. But she didn't let those circumstances define her, right? Her perseverance and her belief in her story, the confidence, ultimately led to one of the most successful book series of all times. And I would say movies. Hello, I've watched those movies a gazillion times. I love them. So, think about that. But then, like I said, like, okay, but that was that success story, the 1 in a million. Yes. Well, one of my clients, we've been working together for about 6 years now. She had been with a company for over 20 years. She was told she was the successor to the current CEO, at the time CEO. She worked so hard. She managed many of the company's clients and did whatever it took and whatever needed to be done. She stayed in her lane. She didn't cause any ruffles. She just did her job above and beyond. And then one day they were in a meeting and she was informed that this other man who was newer was now going to be the successor. And he was now taking over the client base she'd been managing, and her services were no longer needed. Yeah, that's a little more real, right? That's a woman who is my age, and after 20 years of working her ass off, was devastated. She had the rug pulled out from under her. 20 years, more than 20 years of hard work had is gone. She had to start over. And, what do? A lot of us went through that in the pandemic. A lot of people lost their jobs or their positions, or, this working from home stuff eliminated a lot of roles. So she asked me to help her. We ran into each other at a networking event. And just the amount of mental toughness I've seen from this woman is truly amazing. And, I wasn't J.K. Rowling or Michael Jordan's coach, but I'm this woman's coach, and I'm so lucky to be. It's just amazing to see someone come over so much adversity, having to start over after 20 years, having to, going through the mental, the lack of confidence, the depression. She overcame those. She had to learn how to manage her stress, and not just manage it and try to eliminate it, but by working through it, by developing discipline and self-care and the positive mindset. She did not let what happened, like J.K. Rowling, define her. And we now laugh because she's doing so well that she has to pay more dividends and taxes. I mean, it's ironic. You don't want to pay more taxes. You don't want to pay more of anything that doesn't go into your own pocket. But she's like, look at this. I'm now not just replaced her. She's now not just replaced her income, but she's exceeded her previous income. And that's amazing. And it just didn't take all 6 years. The last years have been maintaining and growing where she got to. So she's her own boss. She's healthier and happier than I've ever seen her. And that's just a great example of mental toughness. So now it's your turn. I want you to create an action plan. I want you to share it. So identify your goal, plan for obstacles, list potential obstacles. I don't like necessarily talking about things that haven't really happened yet. And I'm working through that with a client, that if this happens, what are we going to do, sort of thing. But write down your goal, one significant goal you want to achieve, and then plan for the obstacles next to each obstacle. What's a strategy you can overcome it? And then number 3, commit to those daily practices. Choose one or two, just one or two daily practices to enhance your mental toughness. This could be the morning routine, or maybe you like to work out more in the evening, or I don't know, mindfulness. So what, meditation, something like that. Or I'm going to go read a chapter in this book. Cool. And then weekly reflect on this. Okay. Set aside some time each week to reflect on your progress. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and adjust your strategies as needed. All right. The conclusion? There's no more excuses. Let's do this. Remember, building mental toughness is a journey. Okay. It's going to require constant effort, consistent effort, but the rewards are going to be immense. You're going to find yourself handling stress better, staying focused on your goals, and bouncing back from setbacks even quicker. So thanks for tuning in to this episode of No More Excuses. If you found this helpful, share it with a friend who might need a little boost. And don't forget to subscribe. I'd love a review as well. If you need that link, DM me, email me, Sandi@sandiballard.com. And go to my website, badassbusiness.coach, go to the podcast page and download these tips to save them for later, to remind yourself, and to make sure you're staying on track and being as badass as you were meant to be. Until next time, cheers.